Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to be doing a get to know our dog tag video. Not really sure what it's going to be called yet, but we're going to be doing a video on our dog Samuel, and a lot of you guys have actually requested this video, which we were kind of surprised that a lot of people want to know about Samuel, but he's basically the star of this entire channel. So he's actually sitting at our feet right now. He eventually will come up, as you guys have seen in all of our videos. He usually just
yeah, right behind us.
Yeah, just like ends up sitting with us, so you'll probably see him a lot of times. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about his origin story, and just so you guys could get to know him a little bit better. So anyways, that's kind of the introduction to this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, let's get started with this video.
Okay, so the origin of how we got Samuel really started out when me and Brittany got married, actually. We got married as I was going up to San Diego. Brittany still lived in Texas during that time, but she came up to visit, I think, it was in June? July?
Yeah, it was in June.
Like,
well, or maybe July.
It might have been July.
It was somewhere around there.
So she came up for like a week in July, and were we talking about getting Samuel before you came for a week? Or was
I don't think
during?
so. I think during, like, while it was there, somehow we came up with it.
Totally spontaneous.
Yeah, totally spontaneous.
Yeah. So she came up totally spontaneous. I don't know what even made us think that we wanted a dog. Maybe it was just we wanted a big life decision.
It was most likely, to be honest, his idea, because
mine.
He's a very impulsive person, and so he's like, let's do something, and I'm like, okay. So I think at this time I was like, oh yeah, I want a dog, and this would be cool because we just got married and stuff like that. So like, we were living in 2 different states, so the fact that we wanted a dog was so random. Weird. So it was most likely his idea.
I'm thinking maybe it was because we had, like, you'd been in college and we'd been apart for some time, and we got married, and that's a huge decision, but we were still apart, so maybe we just wanted something to
like connect us.
Yeah,
maybe.
So yeah, it was very sporadic. And then we looked up on Craigslist.
Let me see if I can bring him up here.
Oh, come here, buddy.
Come on, Samuel.
Come on, up.
Come on. Star of the show.
Alright.
Come on, sit with us.
He wants to sit on
He's very
me.
obsessed with Connor right now.
Yeah.
Okay, sit with Dad. Sit with Dad then.
So we were very much like, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So we were looking on like Craigslist, petadoption.com, and other sites like that, and we actually came across old Samuel. Yeah,
on Craigslist. And we had never bought anything on Craigslist, or like, at least I hadn't. I don't know about Connor if he's ever bought anything, but Craigslist was like super sketchy to me, and I think this was around the time about like the Craigslist killer or something, and so just the idea of Craigslist freaked me out. But we really liked this dog, and again, very spontaneous. I think Connor was like, let's get it. So I was on board, and Samuel was just like so cute as a puppy, and throughout this video we'll throw up pictures, so we'll show you guys a picture of Samuel as a puppy. So we went to go like meet this guy to buy Samuel basically, and we went to a parking lot of a
gas station.
Yeah, and we met this guy, and he had like a truck or a van or something, but it wasn't a sketchy van. It actually wasn't. It was like a regular SUV or something. But so he brought out 2 dogs. He had Samuel, and then he also had his sister, and he brought out both of them because we didn't specify which one we wanted, and so it was like really hard for us to pick which one we wanted. Yeah,
I think like me, I wanted both of them just because I felt bad like taking one of them away from their sibling, but I think I decided on a boy. I don't know why I decided on a boy. I think I just wanted a male dog.
Yeah, and so we ended up getting Samuel. And I think I've always really had boy dogs. I think I've only had 1 girl dog in my life, and so I think I was like okay with getting a boy dog. So we ended up getting him, and we just like loved him instantly. He was just like the cutest dog. But it was either the first day that we got him or the second day that we went to Balboa Park. Also, so we realized, like looking back, that the whole situation was kind of sketchy, because as you guys can tell, Samuel is not a purebred black lab, but the guy who we had bought Samuel from had said that he was a purebred black lab, and he was like showing us pictures of Samuel's parents and like saying this is the parents and they're both purebred and blah blah blah. And so we had never bought anything that was purebred, and so we were like, okay, yeah, that's fine with us, like cool. And so that happened, and then also he had given us Samuel's vaccines, where like this little pamphlet.
But it was like all in Spanish.
Yeah, it was like all in Spanish, and we were like, okay, I guess this is cool, you know? So we ended up going to the vet that day, and the vet was like, you should just get like
all new
vaccinations because we don't know if this is legit or not. So we ended up doing that. But yeah, the whole thing seemed sketchy, and Samuel actually had ticks on him, and he had 2 ticks, I think. So we just realized like it was probably an unclean situation wherever he was, and that we probably saved him from that probably like gross atmosphere.
And so the second day that we had him, we went to Old Town San Diego, and we fed him some of our chicken that we got at this restaurant. And I think we found out that day that he had a really weak stomach, because when we got home later in that day, he started throwing it up, and like even to this day, he still has a weak stomach. Yeah.
So anytime we like feed him any snacks in large quantities, or if we completely switch his food, he has like a stomach ache, he has more diarrhea, he throws up and stuff like that. So yeah, we had luckily realized that day, but also not luckily, because he was a puppy and he was like throwing up all this chicken. So on the 3rd day, this is where like things started to get kind of hectic, but we did establish his name. So at the beginning of us going back to Balboa, there was a funny part that Connor actually accidentally kicks Samuel.
Yeah, so we were walking Samuel, I had him on a leash, and we were actually like jogging. I wanted Samuel to jog a little bit, and he like cut over into my lane, and I'm like, whoa, get out of my lane, bro. But he cut over into my lane, and I accidentally like, I either kicked him or I stepped on his foot, but he yelped, and he like went flying over on the other side of me, and I felt really bad because Balboa Park is like really busy and there's a lot of people around, and like everybody looked at me and thought that I was like a dog abuser. And
yeah, it was so sad.
I just wanted to get out of there with Samuel, but yeah, that was really sad.
So that had happened, and after a little bit of walking around Balboa, we had realized Samuel was getting really tired, and Connor was holding him, and just stuff like that. And we didn't realize that you don't take an 8-week-old dog to Balboa, or just like any place that you're gonna be
in the public.
Yeah, for a long time in the public, and also in the beating down sun and stuff like that. So he was just getting really tired. And actually we kind of had a scare after we got home from taking Samuel to Balboa, because he was like really tired, and he was actually throwing up from just being tired. And we actually thought he had parvo for a little bit, because he like wasn't eating, and so we kind of had to force him to drink because he also wasn't drinking. And so for like the first week of his life, we were super scared of him dying, basically, because he was like throwing up, he wasn't drinking, we had just taken him out into the hot sun, and we were like, oh no, we're bad parents, we're like the worst. But luckily he obviously did survive. But anyways, so we were at Balboa, and we had found this little place to kind of just sit and rest. And this is actually the place where we thought of Samuel's name. So I can throw up a picture of minutes after we named Samuel. But actually his name first was something completely different, and I'll let Connor share that story. But I did not like the name before Samuel, so.
I've always wanted to name our child Legend. Legend's been stuck in my head for a while. I think I told Brittany like 3 years ago that I wanted to name our first son Legend.
And I said no.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. She said no, maybe we can compromise and she'll let me name the dog Legend, but she said no as well.
Well, technically I didn't say no, because his name was Legend for like 2 days. But at first we had been like, you know, saying random names like Spot, Spike, like all these random names.
I wanted to see like what he would be called to, or like what he would, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like what would fit him, and so we kind of had thought about those names, and so that's when Connor was like, let's name him Legend, and I was like, oh gosh. And so after a while, like I was calling him Legend, but it just like did not fit, just what I thought, it didn't fit him. And so when we were at Balboa, we were kind of just sitting down and resting, and I thought, is he staring at you? And so I thought about the name Samuel, and one of the reasons that I thought of Samuel was because we really like the name We really like the actor Samuel L. Jackson, and I also really like the name Samuel just in general. And so we ended up naming him Samuel, and it just like, I felt like it stuck really well, personally.
Yeah, and I liked it too, because then I got to kind of throw my legend in there. So we named his middle name Legend because Samuel L. Krebbs. Samuel.
He thinks that's the
Krebbs.
middle name.
It is. Don't let her trick you.
So that's why we named him Samuel, actually, from Samuel L. Jackson. But one of the things that like I feel like a total dog mom for this is that like one of my pet peeves is when people call Samuel Sammy or Sam, because I'm like, that's not his name.
Yeah, or like Samarelli, Sam Chelly.
But yeah, like anytime people say names like that, I'm like, no, that's not his name. Don't call him that.
That's not my name. That's not.
But yeah, so that's basically his origin story, and then also why we named him Samuel. And so we'll answer a few dog tags. Yeah.
So the first dog tag is what bad habits does your dog have? And I think I would say, like, after he comes in from his potty break, we call it potty break, we kind of trained him in the beginning to, like, if he goes outside and uses the restroom, then we'll give him a TREAT. You can't say the word because
he'll know. Yeah,
he'll know. And so every time he is done using the restroom outside, he'll come inside and then he'll stand right next to the TREAT, the bowl. And I think that's a bad habit because he expects it now, and it's
right.
So
I think another bad habit, and I don't know if this is a bad habit, but it's also just something bad that he does, and it is he chews up Connor's socks. And Connor's socks are the only socks that he chew up. Like, and
it's probably because they always smell really good.
Or bad. He doesn't chew my socks up.
Because they smell bad.
No.
It's bad.
But he'll chew up his toys, and like he's supposed to chew up his toys and stuff, but he won't chew up anything else in the house except for Connor's socks. And he'll make holes in them and he'll rip them, and Connor has to buy socks like every so often. Yeah,
I always put it on my Christmas list when her parents and my parents go out and shop for Christmas gifts. That's always on my list.
Yeah, because he never has them because Samuel chews them all the time. So I would say that that's like a bad thing that he does, but also a bad habit, because yeah, it's just so bad. So what is the naughtiest thing that Samuel has done?
You first.
Me first? Naughtiest thing, I would say run away.
Yeah,
pretty naughty. He runs away all the time, and if you guys watched, I can't remember what vlog it was, but he basically ran away, and he's like such a brat because the reason we got this house was for the yard, and he can like run all around and stuff, but he runs away if the door is open, and so I'm like, you naughty boy, what a brat. So I would say that's probably the naughtiest thing that he does, because it's just not okay.
Yeah, I would say the naughtiest thing is probably when he, like, me and Brittany will be watching TV on the couch, and he'll want to feel like he's a part of us, so he'll go and he'll like grab his bed from our room and drag it all the way into the living room, and then he'll just start humping it like while we're watching TV, and you know, I gotta say, shoo, get out of here.
No, you know? He's not humping it.
He is definitely humping it.
He's not humping it.
Yeah, he is humping it.
So
she's in denial, but he's humping it.
No, because first when he's trying to get his bed from point A to point B, it looks like he's humping it because he's like trying to scoot it with his body to point A to point B. And so that also like looks like he's humping, but he's not. And whenever I come into the room, he's like, Mom, I need you to get this for me because it's not working. My humping is not working. And so I have to pick it up and move it. And so then he like goes, and it again looks like he's humping, but he's like fluffing it up so that he can lay down.
Fluffing something up.
So he's just like, he doesn't hump, he's like not a humper, you know, at all. But he does look like he humps his bed sometimes.
We'll go with that.
But yeah, that would probably be like a naughty thing, because I don't know why he like humps it. It's just like really weird. That's the only thing he humps. So that's basically it for this video, guys. We just wanted to add some little funny things about Samuel that he does. So one of the funniest things about Samuel is that he is like a total lover, and he will like basically make out with you on command. And he is kind of in this like cuddle mode right now, so he hasn't really been in this video, but he's like cuddling with Connor right now. He loves to cuddle, he loves kisses, but you definitely have to watch out for his kisses. Oh yeah, he's like dead accurate with his tongue. Like, you'll bend down to pet him and he'll jump up and stick his tongue right in your mouth. Right in your mouth. You won't even know what happened. Yeah. It's crazy. You'll be like, there was a tongue in my mouth. Yeah. I was not expecting that. He's good at that. Yeah, he's like such a kisser. And also one of the funny things about him is that he makes really good eye contact. Like, he will be across the room from you and like he'll like poke his head out and just stare at you with like one eye, so you won't even be able to see this eye, just like one eye. Yeah, he like, it's like peeking around the corner or something to see if you're still there. Yeah. Pretty creepy, actually. It's so creepy. It's like he's plotting against us. Yeah. But also like he'll do the thing where he like seduces you, kind of, where he'll stare at you and it's like a romantic stare, and then like he starts making out with you. So he like waits there, stares at you, yeah, does a little eyebrow lift, and then he pounces. Don't you, Samuel Krebbs? Don't you? Oh, thank you, thank you. So yeah, those are just some funny qualities about him. He's like just a complete lover, and I just love him so much, my sweetie pie Samuel Krebbs. I love you so much. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is like the first video that Samuel hasn't been like crazy. Yeah. This video is about you, Samuel. Now is the time for you to be crazy. I know. You're the star. Anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and so you can see more of Samuel, the most important person in this channel apparently. But yeah, nobody's commented, what's your origin, Connor? Nobody's asked me that. Right? What's your origin story? But yeah, so again, I hope you guys like this video, and we will see you in our next video. Bye! Bye-bye, Samuel.